Good morning, Franz. How's everybody today? Hope you're having a good day. Quarter and Fantasy were early arrivals. Fantasy was first today. And they were followed up by Mujos and Dust Sand and Mujos who's streaking 70s. Thank you for sharing your time with us, my friend. You're still a little ill? Oh, Cora. But you're getting better, right? Right? You're getting better? What do you tell me you're getting better? Arm of my chair was bothering me. I did like your your medic's facial expression template. It was great. I loved it. Never I will become evil. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna turn down the seagulls a little bit. They're just a smidge loud in my ears. Those loud seagulls. I did not see that you got meds. You got meds? Meds are good. Did you take your meds? How's your shoulder feeling? I hope it's feeling better today. Did they find out what was wrong? Starts promoting AI. You know, I was talking to my dad this morning about the issue with the Twitch bots, and like that is a perfect use case scenario for AI for comparing like IP addresses like really fast of viewers in streams and being like, okay, this account is brand new and it's from the same IP that I've banned accounts from like 500 times. It's a bot. Ban it. And just keep running that. And that way we wouldn't have our numbers decreased by lurkers and we could confidently have lurkers again. It would be nice, wouldn't it? See, that would be a use case scenario for AI in technology in fighting off bots because, you know, Twitch is trying to save money by not paying people advertising revenue for those who are botting. And it would kill those bot industries too because they wouldn't be able to bot. People wouldn't get viewers from the bots. Likely inflammation. But they've got to find the cause of the inflammation. So yeah, there are use cases for use case scenarios for AI. It's just not in art ever. Maybe as an iteration tool, but other than that, Sonya's looking good now. By the way, she's got pants and a shirt and most of her coat. I just need to do her shoes. For now, we've just got little booties. I'm gonna clean up Pale Bloom today. So we're gonna go to our witch folder here. Find Bloom. Here he is. Where's his sketch? Is this a sketch? I didn't name any of his layers. What color? What's this? Cape. For now, he's got a cape. I don't know if he's gonna continue to have the cape. I had a conversation about that last night in Harley server. What use case scenarios for AI? We're gonna take this. We're gonna bring it up here, and we're gonna merge this down. Okay, so we've got all of our sketch on one layer. What's this? Boots. What's this? Jacket. Pants. There. Now I can start cleaning up this sketch. Did you guys come up with any useful use cases for AI? Like the protein folding thing? Great. Use it for that tumor detection? Absolutely. As long as the results are reviewed by humans. Heard a screenshot of the Google AI tidbits and someone chewed them out for it. What do you mean, screenshot of the Google AI tidbits? Like, that's very vague. Because I know, like, one of the things they're supposedly doing is using Gemini to determine what YouTube accounts are actually produced by people. Meanwhile, in the same breath, they're turning around and saying, like, oh, you can now use AI and shorts to what's the word? Produce content for you with your likeness. Like, it's like, yes, just use AI to produce videos for you in your likeness. And they like touted that as some like special thing. Like, Jesus Christ. The Gemini AI summary. Oh, like in Google search that you can't turn off. Yeah, you basically deepfake yourself. And they touted this as like some like special thing. Yeah, they touted it as it was like the next greatest thing for YouTube content creators. Like, yes, deepfake yourself for shorts. And next thing you know, they'll turn around and say they have permission to use our likeness for anything on YouTube. Can't wait for that day to come. Thank you for the hydrate, conch lobster. Good morning. Yeah, I've switched to DuckDuckGo as my primary search engine. It's not great for image search, so I still go to Google for that. But like, if you have to make extra steps to get away from the AI search assistant, it's not going to happen. I will even glance over the information that the AI search assistant gives me. DuckDuckGo has one too. They all have them. You can't get away from them. Search Assist is fine. Again, that's like a use case scenario where I think it's fine as long as you don't use that as your final source. Because they'll give you the links where they pick that information from, and that speeds up research. That's fine. It's a search assist. It's not really like generative AI. Again, that's one of those use case scenarios where I think like AI is fine, but don't use it as your final result. It's kind of like in the past, Wikipedia wasn't considered a valid source, but now it kind of is because Wikipedia is so thoroughly vetted. I told Clip Studio yesterday via email that I will no longer be supporting their company as a client because they won't move away from Microsoft and Apple. I told them that they leave me no choice but to find an alternative to their program. Because they won't make a Linux version. And I told them that I am going to recommend that every artist look for an alternative. I said I was considering buying Clip Studio 4, but now I'm not going to. GIMP is open source, and if GIMP fixed all of their problems with the interface, like the staggered windows thing where like all of my toolbars are outside of the main window and the art is in a separate window, really bothers me.
No capes.
Well, there's capes. So, yeah, I told them straight up, I'm like, you leave me no choice but to find an alternative art program. Like, I love your program, but the time of Apple and Microsoft is over. I mean, with everything that came out about the implications of Bill Gates alone being part of Epstein's circle is like, nah, bro, like, I don't want to participate in this. And then there's the whole thing with BitLocker. BitLocker is an encryption system, and they're trying to force you to upload everything to your cloud service on Windows now. They're forcing Copilot. They force updates even if they're broken, and it's like, excuse me, the entire German government has switched to Linux. Like, if the government's switching to Linux, I think people should too. Helps if I'm not drawing with the eraser. So, yeah, if you can, decouple from Google services, Microsoft, Apple, because they're stealing our information. They're taking away our security. They're enshittifying our products that we pay for with more subscription services. There's just no reason to stick with them. Not when Linux distro's so good. Good morning, Necromancer. How you doing? I've already been de-googling by using DuckDuckGo as my primary search engine. I might see if I can install Graphene on my phone. Your games can all be played on Linux because Steam is Steam operates on Linux. A lot of software is dependent on Windows and Mac API. Yeah, well, we just got to change that. If more people switch to Linux, more people are going to make programs for Linux. All of Valve internally works on Linux. There are more governments in Europe switching to Linux. I'm going to find out who my representative is here in Ottawa, and I'm going to write to them, and I'm going to ask them to save money for our government, millions of dollars, by switching to Linux. Whatever I'm designing here, I'm not really fond of it. It looked okay when it was an egregious mess. No longer looks okay. Concussion. Not things like Skyrim. All of Steam's games are playable on Linux. All of them. Well, I guess then Cap can just install Wine and have a boot of Windows where he can play play Skyrim. Like I used to have this is the Proton DB. Okay, yeah. There you go. There's your Yep, it works. You think he's smart enough for it? I think he is smart enough. He just needs to actually, take some time to learn it. Learn how to make it work. Had his knee like totally in the wrong place. Cap is smart. He just doesn't think he is. Like, I say all the time that I'm as dumb as bricks, but, I know that I'm not. But yeah, there are some games that won't work on. He knows nothing about computers. Well, he should learn. If he's going to use computers, he should know something about them. This is the problem with today's society. We have these beautiful, magical tools that make life so much easier, and people know nothing about them. It's like people who know nothing about cars are like, it goes from point A to point B, I know how to drive it. There's like, you should at least understand how things in your console work. There are people who don't know, like, to use, like, the four-way flashers when they stop on the side of the road. And it's like, bro, you should not be driving. People should have to understand basic functionality for things, especially when it comes to like computer security. Don't get me wrong, computers are great. They are complicated, but there's some basic knowledge that you should at least have to use one. Like, you need a virus scanner, even if it's just Windows Defender. You know, don't click on weird things on the internet. Even if it says you've won a prize, you haven't. Because nobody is that lucky. Drawing fingers is so annoying. But yeah, the only thing stopping me from moving over to Linux is the fact that I can't find an art program that I like. I know Krita works, but I don't like Krita. Same with GIMP. I know GIMP works, but I don't like GIMP. I hate it, in fact. I've always hated it. Hey Ross, how you doing? Linux is made by a Finnish person. Linux is made by a lot of people, fantasy. Linux is open source. That's what's great about Linux. And if the group making GIMP could make a version of GIMP that was basically a copy of Clip Studio, I would love them forever, and I would happily use it. but GIMP's tools for, like, editing, they're just not good. The interface is garbage. I think other than redrawing them completely, this is probably the best we're going to get for Pale Bloom at the moment. Which is better than what we started off with. I'm going to get rid of that line. Okay. I was going to stop. And I kept going. Ah! Well, perhaps we should make our own. The first Linux is made by a Finnish person, yes. Ross is so incensed that he can't even type straight. Yeah, I could wind my art program. I found a tutorial. Ross is typing gay, yes. Or is he maybe typing trans? He's typing in italics. Oh no! Have you ever been so incensed you typed in italics? I'm also in bed on mobile. Still not fully awake. Okay. We're just teasing you, Ross. There's so many people that I still have to draw. Like, half of them have witch forms. Ah! Why do I do this to myself? am considering doing some writing session today. We haven't done one of those in a long time. I'm gonna have to break this up because it's so big. Like, it just keeps getting bigger. Maybe I should do a second layer, like, underneath. Imagine having a bunch of independent software just because fuck the current systems. Absolutely. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm advocating for. These massive companies that hold everything are unsustainable. It's almost like we fucked ourselves. There are problems, and we need to address them, and one of the ways to address them is to decouple ourselves from large corporations. Like, I like Throne because it's smaller and independent, but the problem is, like, I can't add every store to it, right? I still have to go through Amazon for things instead of going through the actual distributor. Publishing. If you want to publish, like, audiobooks, you gotta go through Amazon because they own Audible. Twitch. There's no alternative to Twitch other than Kick, and Kick is just full of degenerates who got kicked off of Twitch. There's no alternative to YouTube. Not one. There's no option. And the cost of electricity alone makes it impossible. YouTube is not profitable. Too big to fail. Big business fuckwits. Well, you know what? National Novel Writing Month ran for 24 years before it shut down. And you know why it shut down? Because they said that hating AI was ableist and classist. Imagine that. They said hating AI was ableist and classist. And guess what happened? National Novel Writing Month officially shut down last year in March. Yeah, we could. We could have our own programs like that. I wrote to Celsius and I said, I am not going to upgrade until you make a Linux distro, because that is the only thing stopping me from directly moving to Linux. Because otherwise I have to install Wine, and then I have to figure out how to get Clip Studio to run in Wine, and with my old tablet, and there's a lot of things. And the same thing with, like, email. Google can read all of our emails. There's no way to decouple from that. Can you imagine going in and changing every place you've ever used Google? For your passwords, for your logins. It's the same thing, your Facebook login system. Like, fuck that. We need to stop doing that. The only time I used AI was to make a realistic police officer because I refused to talk to an IRL officer. Fantasy. That's the problem. You won't talk to an IRL officer, but the AI officer is probably not realistic at all. I can guarantee you that it's not realistic. I may not be a police officer, but I am police trained, and you don't hate me. I wanted to be a police officer. I think if you went and talked to an IRL police officer, you'd probably find them a rather enjoyable person. Maybe you should go talk to an IRL police officer, get to know one. I know you have a friend who's already a police officer, so what's wrong with other police officers? Like, I don't understand what this hatred of police is. I understand that there are a lot of corrupt police officers out there, but there are a lot less of them than there are people who are in the job for the right reasons, which is to serve and protect and help people. You'll find probably like 95% of them are absolutely perfectly normal individuals who are in the job because they just want to help people. That would be like saying, oh, I refuse to talk to paramedics because American paramedics are only in it for the money. It doesn't make any sense when you look at it. And it's like, come on. Have you had a bad interaction with a police officer? Probably. That would probably change your tone towards the uniform. I understand this. But, like, that opinion is never going to have the opportunity to change if you don't give other officers a chance. Because you'll probably find that most of them are very good people and who are in their job for the right reasons. Yes, a lot of the times they're bogged down by things like bureaucracy. There are things that hold them back from doing things, and that really sucks. But otherwise, for the most part, they're there to do their job. They chose that field for a reason. I wanted to be a police officer because I hate people getting hurt. I want to protect people. I hate criminals. I loathe people who commit crimes. And, like, here I am when I watch a video on YouTube, I have the urge to murder the president. So, I would probably have committed murder already if I lived in Minneapolis. Because I'm just so incensed at what's happening there. So that Geneva Convention Canadian in me. At this point, I'd take my chance with actual cops and not the SS. Exactly. It's, I meant ICE. Wait, no, what you meant? They're the same thing. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these two pictures. This is the same picture. ICE, SS, sounds the same. Roman, Latin, it's all Greek to me. It's an Asterix and Obelix reference. Good comics. Yeah, I found out one of the YouTube authors that I really like. She supports AI because she took Pro Writing Aid as a sponsor, who decided to take up the niche of National Novel Writing Month and have Novel November on their website. And they were one of the sponsors that caused people to step away from National Novel Writing Month in the first place. Fun fact, diaphragm is Greek for across the fence. Interesting. So, yeah, I said, well, like, I think my comment was, lol, I didn't know that National Novel Writing Month had ended. Or NaNoWriMo had ended. But also, Pro Writing Aid is an AI company, and I will kindly see myself out now. Fuck you, and you no longer deserve the viewers you get from here on out. Goodbye. And then I disliked her video. I unsubscribed, and the next time she shows up in my main feed, I will go to YouTube and go, "Do not recommend channel." It's Abby Emmons, by the way, if you're wondering. And honestly, fuck that person. Because don't use AI. It's bad for the environment, it's bad for the economy, it's bad for our brains. It gives out misinformation. Dangerous misinformation. Look at all those, like, medieval channels. You know, Neff is like, oh wow, yeah, this video gives out dangerous information. That one history channel that I found discussing Canadian history was just making up stories, like that one about some French nun who was Canadian, and she poisoned like 38 SS officers during a lunch that they had at this church that the Nazis demanded that the church make food for them. And people looked this up. They searched this lady, and she doesn't exist. The closest thing they found was a character in the Harry Potter game thing. I'm surprised I didn't tell him to fuck off. I'd be like, you should use AI to improve your attitude. Oh wait, nothing will because you're a fucking loser. Not even AI could fix that, man. Yeah. This channel was touting this as actual historical fact, and it was entirely fake. And I'm like, we have channels making false history about the most atrocious war in humanity's history. And it's no wonder people don't believe in the Holocaust anymore. Oh, well, in that case, Ross, you should go, oh, well, maybe you could use AI to pay me back. Oh, wait, it can't. Maybe you should pay me back. Like, your brothers, Ross, it's so easy to just destroy these people, just annihilate them verbally. Every time they open their mouths, it's like, are you going to pay me back yet? No? Don't say anything to me then. Until the money's in front of me. Oh, have you stopped being a criminal loser? No? Then don't talk to me. No, I'm not going to do this thing for you because you can't be a fucking adult. Say is in rage mode today. There are people making AI music pretending it's authentic music from Greece and Rome. Ugh. At least the AI songs I come across, I'm just like, I hate that this is AI, and I hate it even more that it's catchy. But they don't deny that they used AI to make it. It's fine, say I woke up choosing violence. I am already in violence. I like to channel my violence into vicious mockery. You could also say that if he doesn't pay you back, you call the cops. Well, that's not gonna do anything. It was a loan. The cops would be like, no, this is a civil matter. You'd have to take him to civil court. Send it to Judge Judy. Yeah, well, like, some of the number one songs on Spotify have been AI. Several times, in fact, and they haven't disclosed that to anyone. You can't get away from it. AI is making stuff. People are using it to make things, and it's only getting better because it's stealing more and more things as people make more stuff to be original. We need an actual, like, organization that dedicates itself to poisoning AI, and I think we're going to have to use AI to do it because we simply can't keep up. I don't use Spotify either. I refuse to pay for a subscription. There are so many subscription services now that I refuse to pay for pretty much any subscription. The only subscriptions I have are to certain Twitch channels and Discord Nitro, because I use it all the time, every day, all day. Spotify would probably never use because I hardly get a chance to listen to music anymore because I'm so trapped in the fucking news cycle that I don't even have time to watch all of the news on 2x speed. I need a 3x speed to get through it all. Yar har fiddle-dee-dee, pirate's life is away for me. I know that's not the song, but it is now. It makes actual pop music have substance. Well, lots of pop music has substance. Like, BTS is pop, and BTS is very good music. Like, I understand why people love BTS so much, and Bangtan. Like, Korean pop, real good shit. I watch the news because I want to keep apprised of the situation. Especially since, you know, as Trump goes into, like, full fascist dementia breakdown, he might turn around and order the military to attack us. So, that's the reason why I keep such a close eye on it, to see what's happening and see the breakdown and see if I can find a way out before it's I'm dreaming of a white nuclear winter. So, yeah. I mean, that's the way the world is. It's stressful, but, like, I have to keep an eye on it. I can't just stick my head in the sand and ignore it. That's how we got to where we are in the first place. Because everyone's like, oh, this is too much. I'm just gonna ignore it. You're dreaming of what? What a time for Senko to come in. How you doing, friend? Are you gonna be at Conquest this year? I haven't asked. What, your mom doesn't think that he's the second coming of Jesus like the rest of his mad fan base? My uncle Luke used to sing this song, Senko. That was, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but it was a joke song that he was saying, that I'm dreaming of a white nuclear winter. And was one of the other lines, as my organs decay, I slap on some Mary Kay. He is a funny guy. He is a funny guy. He's still alive. I'm talking in past tense, but I just haven't seen him in ages because, well, he has two kids who are, I remember when they were born, and now they're adults, and I'm just like, fuck! My neighbor, I remember when he was born, he's like 25 now. And I'm just like, time. Time exists. It's linear and it sucks. It's like, I should have a kid who's like 20 by now. At least if you go by what, the Christian fundamentalists think of women being baby machines. We're old, yay! Yes, but I think without armor, is armor too heavy to carry on your bicycle? Is your bike to conquest? No, she just thinks we're too focused on him and not on the real people who run this country. Yeah, like Stephen Miller and Vought and the billionaires and the Sikhs and Israel. Like, if Israel didn't want people to hate Jews, they're doing a pretty bad fucking job of it. Because people associate Jews with Israel, but I know not all Israelis are Jews and not all Jews are Israeli. I understand this, but most people don't. They just see Israel, Jewish state, genocide in Gaza equals bad. Jews are bad. And it's like, please don't do that. And it's like, you would think of all people, the Jews would not commit genocide, and yet the Jewish state is doing just that. They have leveled Gaza. It is a flat wasteland. And it's horrifying. And the international community has done nothing to stop it. Israel needs to be sanctioned into the ground like Russia. Sanctioned into oblivion for what they've done. Netanyahu needs to be held accountable. One of the emails in the Epstein files from Epstein to Redacted. I really love that torture video. The response, well, I'm in China right now, and I'll be back like next week. Some people went through, I think it's the autobiography of Netanyahu, and they found out the dates, and they perfectly line up from when he was in China to the email Jeffrey Epstein sent to Redacted. Torture. Legitimate torture video. And I'm like, what the actual flying fuck are we doing not putting these people under the jail? You gained a few pounds, you might not fit in your armor anymore. No, Epstein didn't make Bitcoin. Other people made Bitcoin. But he's definitely had a hand in its expansion. I wonder how all the Beto Harris people. Oh yeah, the anti-Harris people. It's because they're too high in power. Well, they're not too high in power for a high power rifle, are they? I'll just leave that thought there. You know, there's more of us than there are of them. A lot more. I watched a video on Twitter yesterday of some MAGA creep getting his ass kicked by a band of 13-year-old kids. A bunch of 8th graders ganged up on this guy. Kid had a Minecraft creeper backpack and was kicking the shit out of this dude. And I'm like, yeah! Suck it! Oh, my dad's here from a mug. War! What it is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm like rabid triggered today. Yep. Parkrose Permaculture posted a video. 2 Venezuelans who had been shot in Portland. The media immediately went. The administration smeared them, called them part of Tren de Aragua. The man was arrested. Both the man and the woman were shot. They survived, luckily. And it turns out that the reason her name was even in the justice system at all is because she was a victim of sexual assault. And they shot her for it, just because she's Venezuelan. Apparently there's only like 600 Venezuelans in Parkrose Permaculture's area in Portland. Like 600. But according to the administration, they're all Tren de Aragua gang members. And like there aren't enough of them there for there to be gang members there. Apathetic. Apathetic. I cheered it on. Yeah, no, they're stupid. They're brain dead. There's nothing between their ears. There aren't even spiders because spiders would give them too much brain. There's nothing in the attic, Senko. There's nothing there. Anyone who supports MAGA was totally psyoped by Mossad and Jeffrey Epstein. All of MAGA, all of /Poll, all of the guys who think they're being like edgelords and like going against the grain. Guess what? The radical left was right the whole time. We were all correct in what we were saying. We were all right. And the MAGA podcasters who see their viewers decreasing are suddenly doing the 180. And they're like, oh God, I'm losing viewers. I'm losing money. Oh God, quick, the radical left was right the whole time and oh my God, I'm so sorry. We couldn't have seen it coming even though you all warned me. I just didn't see it for whatever reason, probably because money. We'll not say the quiet part out loud, but we'll say the quiet part out loud. Fuck you guys. Yep. Every accusation is a confession. Every virtue touted is a sin committed. And rules for thee, but not for me. Your Second Amendment rights don't apply to you. They only apply to me because I'm the right. The virtue touted is a sin committed thing is my original addendum to that statement. You can quote me on that. Maybe I'll make a t-shirt. Just with that. I don't know. Hold on. It'll just be... It'll just be a helps if I we'll have our little t-shirt here. It'll be like big MAGA shirt. Like stupid American flag on it. and it'll be, you know, uh, every accusation, uh, you know, is a confession, and every virtue touted is a sin committed. And we'll just sell that. So people will be like, MAGA shirt, and they'll run on and be all mad, and then they read the rest of it and be like, fuck yeah! I wonder how many MAGA people will buy it thinking that it's an actual MAGA shirt. Because, like, if you make it small enough, and you just put one little line of just that underneath, and like every part of the letter is just like idiot, fuckwad, and you like make it like the American flag in the background, so you have like these are the worst letters on the face of the earth. And so it's like you've got the American flag, and then you've got the stripes, the little stars. That's sort of what their flag looks like. Yeah, I don't give a shit about America anymore. Sorry to the Americans, but fuck you guys. I know the American people are great, but like every line has just like little words, all of the lies the administration has told behind it, and then you have the every accusation, and every virtue. But like you try to make it look like it's religious, so you have virtue and confession in big letters, but then and sin. So it looks religious, and we know MAGA people are stupid enough to buy this shirt thinking it's like MAGA positive. What am I doing? Just delete this whole layer. We know MAGA people are stupid enough to not look close enough. They'll see big MAGA with like American flag, and then they'll buy the shirt, and they'll get it and be like, what the fuck? No refunds. This is how I make my money. I have seen the anti-MAGA caps. Yep. Make America go away. I love it. We have to meet them halfway or this will never end. Someone who thinks it's up to anyone to the left of Hitler is woke. Yeah. They have to... What? Oh, they have to meet us first. Met us? I read that is met US first. And soon they shall fly the flag of a more perfect union. Yeah. And the guys who killed Alex Preddy weren't even white. They were Hispanic men working for DHS and CBP. They were border patrol. They weren't even like, oh, you know how the administration, once they had to backtrack and be like, oh, well, it was just like undertrained guys. They panicked. They've been working for DHS for years. They were not undertrained. The people are pretty sure that they tracked him down using that Palantir shit that they got going on where they scan everybody, and they got revenge on him for breaking their tail light the other day. That's what the people are saying now. We're pretty sure that's what happened. England wants to enforce a similar concept to Iceland. So Brexit was Epstein as well. It was coordinated by all of those groups. Epstein worked as one of the finance guys for Putin. So the annexation of Crimea, the war in Ukraine, all Mossad, Israel. Israel's been controlling the United States for years. It's kind of insane. Like, I wonder how far it goes down into my own government and our own Canadian celebrities. I want to know. I don't care which side of the political aisle they're on. I want them under the fucking jail. All of them. And I don't worry about them finding out about me saying these things. Because what are they going to do? Ban me from Twitch? I'll go to Kick. Like, you already can't search for Epstein on TikTok in America. You can't type it in your private messages. You've been totally censored. Because guess what? It's owned by a pro-Israeli billionaire now. It was better off when China owned it, because China isn't controlled by Mossad. Not yet. Trump never should have been able to run for office in the first place if the Democrats had just done their jobs. But guess what? All of those people who were supposed to charge him, they're probably all in the Epstein files too. They were probably all blackmailed into shutting the fuck up. The United States needs a reset. But you know what names haven't come out of there yet? Alan Rickman, Maggie Smith, Patrick Stewart, Morgan Freeman, George Takei. All the people I've looked up to for decades. Most of my life, in fact. Their names have not come out of that. But Rawlings' name did. And I wonder how much more she's in there. And that was after she invited him to the Cursed Child premiere, after he had already been outed as a pedophile. And I'm like, you wrote children's fucking books, lady. How dare you? How fucking dare you? You hear my rage. I already have very strong feelings about people who harm children. And people who harm other people. Hence why I wanted to be a police officer. And knowing that creature dared to become close to a known pedophile. How dare she? J.K. Rowling can go fucking die. She wrote children's books. She brought reading back to the masses of children. And guess what? She still linked up with this man who trafficked women. And she's going on about how trans women can't be in women's spaces because they're not women. And she's all about women's rights and protecting women. Who's Maggie Thatcher? I don't know who Maggie Thatcher is. You already bought whiskey for the day Orange is finally out of office? That save that whiskey for when he dies. Margaret Thatcher. Did Margaret Thatcher die? Wasn't she like the prime minister or something? I didn't know she died. Oh, in the 1980s. Oh god, who was the recent female prime minister then? Wasn't there some recent female prime minister that everybody was hating on? Yeah, the last decade has been kind of a shit show, hasn't it? We're waiting for 2029 when the stock market crashes and we have another Great Depression. Trisha May. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Oh, I can't wait to sing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Can't wait for it. It can't come soon enough. But then J.D. Vance takes over. And he could arguably be worse, but he wouldn't have the support of MAGA itself. Unless they find some way to, like, transfer Donald Trump's essence into J.D. Vance. But I've seen people, I've actually seen comments from people that are like, I would vote for Gavin Newsom before I vote for J.D. Vance just because Newsom's kids are white. Because J.D. Vance's wife is Indian. And you know what? She was probably an Epstein lady too. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if she were an Epstein lady or a mail order bride or something. The Iron Lady was the biggest end of British brightness. British brightness? British greatness. British brightness. This is the beginning, yes. Some MAGA fuckheads would kill for Trump. MAGA fuckheads have already killed for Trump. One of them even tried to kill Trump. Except he wasn't, he wasn't a MAGA fuckhead. He was a groiper, I think. And then they tried to blame it on the radical left. Oh yeah, we're already doing that here too, Senko. She's the reason neoliberalism exists in the UK. Ugh. I hate racists. I really do hate racists. You look at Witching Hour, it's kind of Witching Hour, the Witch Hunter Society. I keep forgetting to change the name. Like, it's very reflective of racism, but it's racism without the racism. It's racist against the witches. And it's like how extreme you can go. The whole like collapse of society. And the work that they had to do to claw their way out of it. Oh yeah, they're not being paid. Yeah. Imagine that your $50,000 bonus bumps you up to the next tax bracket. Losers. But guess what? He took a page from Putin's book. You don't pay your soldiers. You don't need to pay your soldiers. They'll already die for you. And once you take over the country and you're a full fascist dictator, you never have to pay anyone again. I mean, Donald Trump pay his bills? He hasn't paid his bills in decades. He's never paid his bills. That's how he got so rich. That's how the rich get rich, is they don't pay people. You're very well spoken, you're very smart, but I'll still not vote for you because you're Indian. Yep. And like, you look at New York. New York is really starting to pick up because Zoran Mamdani, a Muslim, is the mayor of New York, and he's doing it for the right reasons. He's doing it for the people. Oh, Trump says he loves the uneducated. The uneducated love him because they don't have any critical thinking skills. And he knows it. Like, Donald Trump is not stupid. People think he's stupid, but he's not stupid. He's smart when it comes to the grift. He's not worldly. What's the problem with Donald Trump is he's not worldly. Yeah, they only care that he likes them because nobody likes them because they're too stupid for words. They're racist, they're angry, and when other people are having a good time, they get even more upset because they're like, well, why can't I have a good time too? And you can't have a good time because you're so filled with fucking hate, man. If you hate everything, then you're never gonna have a good time. If you're angry all the time, nobody wants to be around you. And like, I try so hard not to be negative because I don't want people to be like, God, I don't want to come to say streams because she's always talking about the hard subjects. But sometimes you just gotta. This is event session day. I think there's not a lot of drawing happening. The new mayor of New York, yeah, Mamdani is so great. Unfortunately, he can't be president because he wasn't born in the US. Yeah, they used to be leading in education, and then they started cutting everything when the trickle down economics came into place. Because fancy that, it doesn't work. The money doesn't trickle down at all. But the guys who put all those systems in place already knew that. This has been going on for 70 years. The left has known the whole time. Bernie Sanders has known the whole time. Hillary Clinton is just as much of a part of the problem as Trump is. And she stole Bernie Sanders from being president. She stole the presidency from him. I will never forgive her for that. But you know what? In the end, we got Mark Carney because of Trump. The Canadians saw the 51st state rhetoric and the insults calling our prime minister governor, and we said, we're not sorry anymore. As a matter of fact, fuck you. And we all turned around and turned our backs on the conservatives. And I hope we continue to turn our backs on the conservatives. Because the Conservative Party needs to be depleted. Pierre Poilievre won Conservative Party leadership again. The man didn't even win his own seat in the last election. Tea has arrived. Thank you. My dad likes to quote Geralt of Rivia all the time. Just, It's his favorite thing to do. Yeah, Canada is readying. But, yeah. The United States, like, our separatist group in Alberta has already talked about how there's a $500 billion slush fund on the table for the country of Alberta. And we've been making deals behind closed doors with the White House already for this money. And I'm like, where did that money come from? Probably your healthcare, America. Your healthcare is going towards separating Canada. But the thing is, Alberta is actually treaty lands, so it belongs to the chiefs. It belongs to the native peoples. Alberta is actually technically a native province. It belongs to the chiefs, and they can't separate without the permission of the chiefs, and the chiefs have already gotten together and said, we're not going to give permission. We absolutely will not. There's no amount of money that could make us join America. Well, you see, if you put a cap of age for people who are in charge, then someone like Bernie Sanders wouldn't be able to run, and Bernie's doing the good work. But we do need systems in place that allow also younger people to run as well. This, like, you can't run for president until you're like 40 or something, or 45, is really stupid. Oh yeah, I totally stand with our native people. 110,000%. If I built LARPtown and things were going well and I had extra money, I would be donating it to our native communities in the area and be like, oh, you guys need a school? Well, let's build a school. And let's build a good school. A school that even the white kids would want to come to. If I become a multi-millionaire author, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go build a school in the native communities where they need one. A good school. Good quality building. That uses things like passive solar and rainwater collection. It won't be like an environmental school. Sure, patriots don't wave a fucking flag everywhere they go. Why do you think Canadians are so quiet? Canadians are very quiet about their patriotism. I am a raging Canadian patriot. Like, when I get going, you'll be like, wow, those are some American undertones you got there. I'll be like, you've heard nothing yet. Who, Bernie or Trump? Cinco. Oh yeah, any American flying a flag right now, it should be upside down and blacked out because your country is in complete and utter distress. As a matter of fact, go get yourself a flag, color in the stars with a black Sharpie, and fly it outside your house. In fact, before this current shitstorm, I was thinking about how if I was an actual racing driver, an international one, I could picture some idiot saying it wasn't a real American because I didn't have flags around at all. Well, that's their problem. But Americans are getting booed everywhere they go, and if you were a racing driver and you were making lots of money, you could probably very easily become Canadian because you would have the money to sustain yourself and you'd be bringing money to Canada. So you could probably just, if I fly the US flag upside down, I can end up in jail for 3 years. Do it anyways. Yeah, the people who have no trouble getting into Canada are people with lots of money. Because you're bringing economy to Canada. Like we want that. We don't want people who are going to have to subsist off of the government. That's why it's so hard to get into Canada. Because we want people who are already working, already have jobs, have skills that will contribute to the economy. So if you know things like welding, there's a good chance that you'll be able to get in. A lot of the construction industry, healthcare, Trump's body failing? Yes, it is. And you know what? I hope the 3 to 6 months is like tomorrow, honestly. Or right this fucking minute. Can't happen soon enough. But they're, like, you can tell, they're trying to keep him alive as long as possible. Oh, did you see the thing, like, it was either yesterday or the day before, where he, like, sharded during a press conference? And they had to, like, usher the press out of the room, and the people standing behind him looked like they were about to die. And of course, I'm probably rusty in it now. Pun intended. Yeah. Like, infirmity is no joke. Like, old people have problems with their bowels and stuff. Like, that's just how it is. It's the fact that he's still president of the United States and they're touting him as, like, the healthiest president who has ever existed, and they're still saying that. Biden is a national embarrassment for nearly tripping on the stairs. Yeah, he's an old man going up the stairs on an extremely windy day, and the man is like a beanpole. Of course he's gonna get knocked down by the wind. And yeah, he's old, so he probably tripped. I trip on the stairs all the time. Even when I was young and spry, I still tripped on the stairs all the time because I'm just uncoordinated. Imagine that. Somebody trips on the stairs. Oh no. Also, the Nazi part after Trump shits himself. Nothing to see here. He's still the healthiest man on earth. Can't you smell that? It's like the finest manure. It's exactly the same as what pours out of his mouth every time he opens it. Nothing but shit and lies. I'm pretty sure Obama was healthier than Trump in his first term. Yes. Absolutely he was. But Trump's never been healthy in his life. Like, come on, Captain Bone Spurs couldn't even go fight in the Vietnam War. Some captain excuses. I'm on a roll today, aren't I? Well, I mean, Ross, it's the same thing with like China and copyright law. Copyright law doesn't apply unless it
Trixodley is visiting the island.
unless it benefits them. Hello, Trixodley. We're in a like a vicious war mode today. We're talking about the hard subjects, the subjects that make us get all riled up and angry. Orange Man bad. Anyone associated with him bad. But otherwise, we're designing characters for my novel, The Witch Hunter Society, which I've been working on since like 2008. But how do you do? How did you find us? Why did you come by? Clearly you decided to follow. Hello, welcome to the islands. My name is Seika. I'm a Canadian streamer, proudly so. All that maple flowing through my veins. Should add that to my tags, shouldn't I? Canadian. But please tell us how, comic creator. I haven't drawn a comic in a long time, but I am a writer. But welcome. What was I saying? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Senko, you should make like a TikTok or a YouTube video. Like get a bunch of your friends together from Germany and make a video to show protesters how to make a shield wall. I have another video from another creator on how to make a riot shield out of just various materials. But yes, Trix, do you stream at all, or you say you're a fellow artist? But I haven't created a comic in a very long time. But these are the characters from my novel. I just like drawing. I did want to be a mangaka a long time ago because I'm a weeb. But then I realized drawing takes too long, and I like novels better. So I just draw all my characters because I can. But these are all the ones we've drawn so far. So we've got our regular people here, starting from Nana and going to the right. Let me turn that on. So humans start here, the witches start here, and these are the core group of witch hunters. And this guy joins the witch hunters later, because these two are our main pair. For many years, this guy is trying to get together with her, and there's another character that we haven't drawn yet that he tries to get together with. I've tried so many times, and it never worked. And eventually I was just like, these two get along really well all the time, every version I write. What happens if I put them together? And it just worked. So my characters decided they were gay without me deciding on it. Boom, gay. Surprise, gay. So that's where we stand now. So we have witch hunters, and we have witches, and normal people who may or may not be witches, but I'm not going to spoil too much. This is our villain, Highwire. Or rather, one of the villains. Surprise gay? The best kind of gay? Absolutely the best kind of gay. You could do it before Conquest. Just get a whole bunch of guys in the field together before Game On, Senko, and be like, we're gonna make a video on how to do a proper shield wall for the protesters against ICE in the United States. And see how many people want to participate in that. We'll make a cool, like, this is how to protect yourself video. Hey, Kona bringing in the tier 3 sub amount for Sro. Meow! It's too late, Necromancer. Well, this is quite a crew of OCs. They've a long history. I technically first started writing this in 2007. It was originally called Witching Hour, but there's too many things called Witching Hour now, so I'm just like, you know, it's time to change it. So it's the Witch Hunter Society. It's good enough title, I think. It's the only thing I could come up with that really fit, actually. It fits better than Witching Hour does. Originally, it was like a slice of life, following this character, and she originally ended up with him, and she used to be white. I've added more variety into my series. He's Asian, largely, a little bit of mixed European, but he's mostly a mix of Chinese, Japanese. But he passes more of a mixed race. As far as channeling rage again, there's a reason why I've been trying to start small with some stories before I get bigger in scope. Yeah. Like I said, this series has like a lot of undertones for what's happening already in the US, where you've got like this very strong religious conservative movement towards racism and anti-immigration and insularism, with the way the whole world collapsed after it came out that witches were an actual thing, and technology was the driving factor behind that becoming real. So what happened was some witches attacked what was ostensibly, sort of offhandedly, a religious book burning of fantasy novels. No, you do it before Conquest. You do it before Conquest, before Game On, Senko. You would arrange it offline with a bunch of people who are going to Conquest, so that, you know, you film it before Game On. When everybody's still setting things up, you just do a quick little filming out on the field. I don't know what movie you're talking about. Movie? Okay, so the underlying basis for how the world is set up is, we have the book burning that was happening, and basically it alludes to it being Harry Potter. So technically Harry Potter is a canonical existence in my world, because it's an alt-Earth story, so alternative history. And what happened was a bunch of witches attacked this book burning, killed a bunch of people, and it was filmed on, you know, early cell phones, digital cameras, and it was uploaded to YouTube and the internet, or what is ostensibly YouTube in that world. I wouldn't know where to start, Senko. But like it was just an offhand suggestion. Um, what was I saying? Right. So that caused kind of what you're seeing in the United States now, where there's a lot of like pro MAGA movement kind of deal, but it went to the extreme, and people started taking the law into their own hands. Witch hunts, actual like Salem witch hunts, started up again, and there everything started to collapse. It wasn't just in the US, but it started happening in other very strongly religious countries and just spread from there like a virus. And the whole world just went to shit. And it was like a decade of complete and utter destruction. 1 billion people died or disappeared. It was the extreme of what we're seeing today with like anti-immigration, except with witches. So it could be anyone. Well, you can have my idea, take it away, and use it, Senko. Hello, Mr. Brightside. Thank you for the look, as always. I appreciate you coming by, even if you can't hang out, chit chat. So, I guess maybe in some ways, like getting down to writing this series again after stepping away from it for so long is very, in some ways it'll be cathartic, because it'll, I think it'll help me deal with some of the rage that I have, especially once I start getting into the later arcs where we start getting into the more politics oriented, so the story doesn't quite revolve around Alexander as much. Yeah, well, those people don't matter, Ross. They're just bad people. Which direction will the U.S. go? We're already seeing, like deep red seats flip blue. It depends on how much time Trump gets, and whether or not they turn around and actually release the Epstein files and hold those people accountable. That that's it's largely dependent on the response to. Can't wait for How Did You Miss? The response to everything that's been happening. ICE needs to be completely purged, uh, investigated to the deepest recesses of their crevices. And everyone in the Epstein files also needs to be like full body cavity search, depths, Marianas Trench to the bottom, and dig deeper. Find the buried bodies at the ninth hole, like they threatened that one girl with. Yeah, you have to have the Nuremberg trials in the US. That's what's going to have to happen. If they don't, then the US will never be seen as trustworthy again for the rest of time. The country will become insular and nobody will want to trade with them. It will collapse. The United States will straight up collapse in on itself. And this is what countries like Israel and Russia and China and Iran all want. Even though Israel is technically on our side, they are also on their side. So there's actually three sides. And then there's the whole global south, but I don't think they're really involved in what's happening. I think they're just trying to do their own thing and want to be respected by the rest of the global north, which is fair, and I think we should do more trading with the global south. We should absolutely be trading with them and, uh, helping them to grow and uh, become more positive democratic societies. We should have been doing that a long time ago, but we wouldn't. I don't know why. My knowledge of politics is not that deep. For the longest time, I didn't pay any attention to politics. I considered it on the same level as celebrity culture. Like, I don't give a fuck. But now I give a fuck because I've grown up and I need to. Celebrity culture is still like, I don't give a shit because that's all it is. Other than, all of the underlying horrible things that they're always doing, like the Epstein Files level shit, because that's all connected to politics too. But when it comes to like this celebrity broke up with this other celebrity and he cheated on her or whatever, or some celebrity did some drugs and died, I don't give a shit about that. That's like, I don't care. I don't care who's dating who. I don't care who's having a baby. I don't care who's getting divorced. I don't care what movies they're starring in. It's the same thing with music. The Grammy is like, I don't care, but they are using the whole Grammys thing the other night where they were very vocal against ICE and Trump and fascism was great. And I think that's where celebrity culture matters, because a lot of people, unlike me, do care about these celebrities and do care about their lives and all the little nuances going on because they're living vicariously through these famous people. And that's where it's really important to pay attention to those things. Oh, who supports who? Like Nicki Minaj, she needs to just be blacklisted from the industry. She needs to be gone. People like P. Diddy, gone. Like, they need to stop selling his music. They need to stop putting it on the charts. They need to stop allowing him to make music. Just don't listen to it. It's the same thing with Harry Potter. I really did love Harry Potter, and I tried for many years to separate the art from the artist for the sake of all of the other people who worked on it. And good people like Alan Rickman and Maggie Smith and Daniel Radcliffe. He's good too. His name hasn't come out in those files. And it's like I tried to separate it for so long, and then seeing that Rowling invited Epstein to a showing of The Cursed Child, a special dinner. I'm just like, this was after he was already outed and charged, but before he was jailed. And it's like, how dare you? And like, even people like Mott, or not Mott, Moot, who created 4chan, he needs to be investigated too, because he created Slash Poll the day after he met with Epstein. How much was he paid to do that? How much did he know what was going on? Like, I know 4chan's a cesspool of the internet, but Moot needs to be investigated. I think if Daniel Radcliffe was in the files, he would be investigated. And yes, we need to investigate the files more deeply. We need to find out if any of the kids in Harry Potter were victimized. Because just by her association, inviting him after he was already charged and outed, like, did he have access to any of these kids? Did anyone in his circle have access to any of these kids? Is Rupert Grint such a weirdo because he's just Rupert Grint, or was he a victim? Because it's not just girls. Boys are victimized too. So, I tried to separate the art from the artist, but I think it's time for Harry Potter to The boy who lived, killed by his own author. And not in the authorial way. I think that's what it's gonna come down to. Just like we killed National Novel Writing Month. I mean, that could account for, some of his behavior later on in life as an adult and late teens. That could definitely account for some of that. Sorry, Trix, that you came in at on a really heavy topic day. I was just gonna draw characters today, and I haven't. I've only cleaned up Pale Bloom here, the guy in light blue. I've done almost no drawing today. I'm gonna take a run to the little demon's room. I will be right back. Try not to get too worked up. I think getting worked up is not the answer. I think thinking about it and talking about it logically without being angry is the best way to figure out solutions to the problems that we're facing as a society. Getting angry solves nothing. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Did I scare you? A person said it wasn't saving the children, save one for me. Oof. It's just like, someone once said Trump's board of peace wasn't spelled correctly. It should be spelled like a board, like BORDE of peace. Neff, hello, welcome to stream finally. Take your pills, y'all. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see. Yes, I did. took my pills already. The peace president. Yeah. It's more like pieces president. My voice is too... How is my voice soothing? It's actually cleaning out my apartment. I'm invested in this chat stream because it's rare to have genuine talk about this stuff nowadays because no one wants to get too deep into it. Yeah, well, like, I try not to, Senko, but, it's difficult not to talk about it because I believe talking about it is important. And I'm gonna take this stretch. Even though I just sat back down, it's still going to stretch. I thank you for the hydrate as well. No! Compliments are illegal. Not allowed. Not a vibe. I feel so bad for not drawing anything too. Like, Hold on, we'll bring up everybody's favorite. How did you miss? Everybody's favorite villain. Unacceptable! 10,000 years dungeon! Is it annoying yet? Is my voice annoying yet? Sorry, I haven't gotten to it yet, Fantasy. I'm still back reading some of the chat. Sisus! What names sound best for a writer? Solix, Oakenshade, or just Silver? I'm stuck between the two names.
Sione has been here 21 months.
Sai, thank you.
Drive by sub.
Drive by sub. I miss you, Sisus. I miss you so much. As for writer, Solix Oakshade sounds like a fantasy character. Just Silver, probably already taken. Thank you for the drive-by sub, Sai. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your continued residency with your I'm assuming it's your what is it? Your free Twitch sub, your Prime sub. That's it. XCOM, where you can have 99% chance. What? Regarding how did you miss? Yeah. XCOM games. It's a regular sub. Oh. Real monies, not Bezos bucks. Well, thank you for the real sub, even better. You've got your own house. I miss you very much, my dear friend and sister. Here it is. Unacceptable! 10,000 years dungeon! Hey, work lurks. Work lurks are fine. Necromancer does it every day. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I do operate at an hour when most people are at work, so the people who are often chatting are either jobless like myself, or European. Necromancer with the cubis! Oh! I was saying that it's important to talk about these things. I don't like talking about them, but it's important to do so. That's basically the gist of it. And sometimes I can't help myself. Warp. Both are my LARP characters. Solix is my half-troll bard for Conquest. Silver is my smuggler from another LARP. Or you could come up with a completely different name, or you could just use your real name if you're authoring. I was considering using my real name, but also I'm a VTuber, and I don't want people to get creepy. But also my real name is fun, and I might still add my other grandmother's name to my name. It has an A. So I could have lots of fun with it. Mewjuice and Sai would know what my name is. I think Necromancer, Cora, and no, I think it's just Necromancer and Cora know my actual name. Harley does too. But you know, it would be funny if I added an A between my middle and last name. And people would be like, this is a fake author name. And I'll be like, no! Joke's on you! Add me! It's real! A fish jump out of the tank. Oh no, suicide fish! Or he's trying to evolve. Quick, get a Pokeball. Use Cora Hirota as your pen name? Yeah, so I could just use Seika as my pen name. When I was still in my weeb phase, I was using Io Saotome. It was stupid. We'll just ignore that phase in my life. Everybody has a dumb phase. You know, Larks, you need to start cooking. Hope the chicken and cooking is not spoiled. Cook it for a long time. Should I kill off the main character in the book that I'm currently working on? I don't know. Are you like George R. R. Martining it? Like, can you kill anybody? I don't kill my characters. I try not to. I always feel bad. Can't kill my characters. Even my villains, they sometimes don't get killed. Even though they should. Actually, there's lots of people who die in my book. There's plenty. Plenty of people die. I did kill 1 billion before the book even started. Wait, what? You're writing an autobiography? You're gonna kill the maker? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Should I be worried about you, Senko? Should I kill off the main character in my autobiography? So hold up there. I used to hate my IRL name. I'm still not fond of, like, my first name because it's very feminine. And, yeah. That, I don't know. A Chad face. Senko, you're a hoot. Oh, that's funny. I can't even. As for what Cora said before I wandered off to the little demon's room. Where was it? Was it Cora that said it? I propose we have a novel month for Demora. Honestly, I would love to make a new NaNoWriMo that's, you know, real people, no AI. We highly discourage AI. What I liked about National Novel Writing Month. Sai, did you know that they shut down entirely? Like, they're gone. What I liked about them is that they encouraged people to write, even if it was, bad. Like, as long as you do it, you know, draw bad things, even draw badly. The point is that you've drawn, right? Um, and they encouraged that. They encouraged writing and reading. When I was a kid, there was this thing that we had called Book It, and it was like a reading fundraising thing that we did in conjunction with Pizza Hut, and we got a pin, and you put little gold star stickers on it for every book that you read, and when you had 5 books read, then uh, you could get a pizza party at in your classroom. Like, I loved shit like that when I was a kid, and like, I read so many. I think it was if you read 5 books, you got like a little prize, and if your class read so many books, you got a pizza party. I think that's what it was. And for every book you read, you were supposed to like get a sponsor. So you're supposed to go door to door and be like, "Hey, if I read like a book, will you give me $1?" And it goes to charity. I want to encourage stuff like that, but it would just be, self-report, but you don't actually get prizes. You just get like, badges on a website. For the people who care, I'm fine. I'm not gonna Kermit myself. It's just a joke. I figured it was, but it was a funny as hell joke. Dark, but funny as hell. You notice I was laughing the whole time. But yes, I'm glad it was a joke, and thank you for clarifying that. Some people don't. The jokes miss people sometimes. Solix is a good pen name because it's interesting. I would say use Solix rather than Silver because Silver's pretty common in terms of word usage. Oh, it was free access to the design. Mewjuice has a better memory than I do. Mewjuice was also able to pay more attention to things than I was. Everybody always had a better grasp on what was going on around me than I did. So she has a better memory. I mean, she remembers what we did the first time I ever went over to her house when we were kids. So, and like that memory does not exist in my brain. I'll just take her word for it. Well, if you both end up at the same conquest, you'll get to hang out together in real life. Reading was used as a punishment? Holy shit, your parents are crazy. Senko, you need to change that, man, because books are great. Books are fantastic. They open up so many worlds that you would never know otherwise. Books are portals to other worlds. Explore, my friend. Be free! Be free of the bad vibes! God, your parents are crazy people, Senko. Christ. I can't even. Like, that's just astounding to me that somebody would use reading as a punishment. Like, that emote just, like, landed on my head and then just slid off my face. Just, meow. If I misbehaved, books were taken away from me. I needed my book. Yeah. Like, I would pretend to be sick so that I could stay home from school and read. Like, screw the video games. I had access to video games, but I stayed home and read. Because going to school was punishment. School was punishment for me. Like, I made friends who have lasted my whole life, like Mewjuice, but Otherwise, school was just dreadful. Like, it was not a thing I wanted to be a part of or anywhere near at all. It was... I hated being there every moment. Until I got good teachers, in which case I always wanted to be there. Fun fact, you're brain piloting a flesh suit. Yep, and your skeleton is always wet. You want to read 1984 by George Orwell? I haven't read it yet. There's plenty of books that everybody has read and they were supposed to read in school that I never did, because if I was forced to read it in school, I didn't read it. I actively avoided it, and then for some reason I went and got a degree in fucking English. What is wrong with me? I'm just a contrarian. Nugget! Oh, who's my nugget? Come here. Oh, we've got a kitten. Oh, he's a soft boy. Hi, Bobbins. Oh, we have got a kitty. It was a fun day. Double plus good. Many thing. What? Oh, I've got Tesla. He's been snorkeling a lot lately. Are you becoming a snorkel monster? Hmm? Are you a snuffly old man now? 10 and a half? Many thing is wrong with you. Many thing is wrong with me. I have a kitty. He's so soft. I have drawn nothing today. Today is wholly unproductive. It's been 2 hours and 22 minutes, and all I've done was clean up some line work. I am so sorry, guys. When I was about 8 or so, I learned about reverse psychology, so I used all my parents and teachers to pretend to not care about the punishment they gave me, so over time they just stopped being, I was not able to be punished. My parents learned very early on that I was stubborn AF, and so they just kind of stopped punishing me because I would just dig my heels in deeper. And it would just cause problems. Oh. Kitten, you're making weird noises. He's making funny noises. He was like, he was just breathing. You breathing weird? Hold on, we're gonna have microphone time. Sorry for the noise. Hi, Hira. How you doing? We're having cat time.
with you all in autism. We'll get your hydrate in a second here. Try not to scream in the microphone because it's like right next to my mouth. Hit us streaking. It's a 5-stream streak. Thank you for sharing your time with us. It's cat ASMR time, yep. This is nice and relaxing after a stream of talking about the hard things in the world. Are you the grocery store? What? Autism jokes. The not like this emote is perfect. It's terrible, I love it. Are you try the autism or is on an autist? What? What? Hope you guys are enjoying intense cat time. Are you social kids? Because I missed you all my life. This is the autism Valentines. These are pure gold, Senko, thank you. Can't tell who this is for. They're the autistic Valentines. It's the perfect month for it. I like that goose. Like socialism, all people can have them for free. Alright, I'm gonna put my microphone back down now. This is gonna be noisy, sorry. you doing, Nugget?
Oh my god, there's cat hair all over my desk now. You have 2 more, but then you're out. Oh my god, his purring is getting louder. He's purring so much. Or was it communism? I'm too tired. Thought it was autism. Okay, you've got fluff caught in your mega claw again. Alright. Let's see if I put him down if he'll go. Apparently he's decided it's snuggle time. Comatism. Comatism. Are you stimming? Are you just happy to see me? Or terrified? I stim when I get scared. I definitely have a stimming behavior when I get scared, like when watching a movie or something. I'll do a little, like, hand flail. It'll, like, scrunch up and be like, yes. I feel bad that I haven't done any drawing at all. I think I was burning out on drawing and I was gonna write, and then we got talking and then I didn't write. And I'm just gonna have to spend the rest of the day writing. I'm gonna have to do something about this file, though. Processing. This is now a 10,000 by 10,000 pixel canvas. At least I can do this now. And spread them out a little bit more. Let's fix this. There. I think I stim when I'm extremely embarrassed or disgusted. Yeah. Touching raw meat to prepare it for cooking is one of those moments where I stim. For me, it's fabric. If I touch a fabric that's like really gross. Oh. This thing got stuck in Agile. I think Highwire is just confused by funny tomboy. I'm probably gonna have to just separate these into different different files, to be honest. It's getting to the point where I should probably do that. Oops, there's that t-shirt. Why is she here? Yeah, basically. Blue Frost is hot, though. Like, damn. Conk, thank you for the hydrate. I almost missed it. Bail is for fools. Just break out. Thank you for the hydrate, Corda. Like, hotness scale, Blue Frost is the hottest. And Highwire is clearly offended by this. You also sent a hydrate. Oh! Yeah, I didn't see it. Thank you for the hydrate. Fish survived, by the way. Oh, you did pass away the next... Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's start, taking these guys and putting them in separate files. Will that work? Oh yeah, that worked quite nicely, in fact. Okay, we're gonna add in that and that to it. create new from clipboard. Okay, and then one for the hunters. Oops, I forgot to grab the background. And we'll select do that, and we'll crop this down. And then we'll go to turn off the hunters, select people. Create new from clipboard. Oh. Cursed mouse. I think this is probably going to be enough room for all the people. I'll get to it in a sec. I'm doing file management here. Let's see, where's the folder to save these in? I'm gonna have to create. I was gonna have to create a folder, but I'll just have a file naming system. Save as. Okay, this should be a bit easier to operate on. Three hydrates from Cora, thank you. I'm gonna make sure I get through my tea before the end of stream. Alright, I think the, yeah, that didn't copy over. So we'll take this, and we'll go over to the witch file. And I turned some off. Okay, so it doesn't copy the things that I had turned off. So I've got to go turn those on. We'll copy that again. There. They're turned on now. So this is the master file for all the witches. You were being censored? Yes, I saw that. People's names are pretty much what they are in the Discord. Cora is Cora. Silver is Fantasy. Mewjuice is Mewjuice. Neff is Neff. Perf perf! No, I end stream usually at noon. My moderator arrives, everybody, for the first time in a long while. Welcome back, Perf. Yeah, I usually end around noon. We've got witches, we've got people, and we've got witch hunters. And we're just pulling things from the master file right now. We'll turn off our witches, we'll turn on our hunter's headshots. Copy those. We'll go back to our hunter file. Save that. We'll turn that one off. We've got our little peoples over here. I don't think I did headshots for these. Oh, that was the, this goes in the witch folder. This is a very, very rough sketch of someone's outfit. This lady's outfit, in fact. You were here like 3 streams ago? Yes, you haven't been here in so long! We missed you. We're just checking out sexy fictional characters. Apparently my fictional characters are all really sexy. I'm always down for some sexy fictional characters, absolutely. You wanna see Blue Frost? She's really hot. She's just in a class of her own, leaning against her giant pile of ice. Forgot I'm on a mobile. My data. No! Oh my god, Senko! Do you not have, like, a Wi-Fi? Can you not tether to a Wi-Fi network? Are you saying you gave me the flu? Poor antivirus software on your computer made it easier. Oh, you guys. Alright, what were we doing? This layer. That can go there and turn off. Oop. I have to do fancy names for each of them. Fusro Meow! Koi and his tier 3 summer moat. Perf, thank you for the pasta check and the hydrate. Oh god, Senko, Jesus. You need to fix that, dude. Everybody on Shrimpthine Spines. 'Tis a command. Give a little stretch and a wave back and forth, like seaweed in the ocean currents. Just wiggle. People always neglect their sides of their torso. It's not just the back or the front. You gotta get the sides too. Wiggle. Yes, we have an animated emote now. For the people who come here infrequently. Ah! My mouse is double clicking. Alright, so we have a people folder. I'm gonna turn this one off for now. I think that was everything from the witches folder and the witches headshots. Hi. I'm not on the master file. So got everything from the hunters and everything from the witches, I think. Yes. Alright, now I'm gonna double check my people's folders. Okay, we can... I think we can close the master file now, because it's huge. It's too big. So we're just gonna do that, and... where's our... Professor Bubbles? Whoa! Jesus Christ. My mouse is not working. I have to use my tablet pen. New folder. Her name can change. I'm not particularly attached to it. Turn off the headshots. Professor Bubbles. She's probably about this tall. Yep. Wrong folder. Wrong layer. Oh my god. Nope. Wrong folder again. Oh my goodness. I'm doing everything wrong here. I don't have Wi-Fi in my phone, so the internet Wi-Fi money can be put into the Conquest money bucket. You dropped her croissant! No, not the croissant! This is like the worst drawing ever. Her head's too big. And also, something about Pale Bloom that's really bothering me. His head is so fucking weird right now. It's just like in the wrong spot on his neck. Completely disjointed. That's so much better. I hope you know that reference. I don't know that reference. Work through it, Fantasy. You can do it. I believe in you. I may not be a tiny potato, but I still believe in you. Oh, these characters, Senko, these are characters from my book. She doesn't look feminine enough. This was the problem. She didn't look feminine enough. Almost 3 hours? Yep. It's fine if we go overtime. Unless you people don't want me to go overtime. Alright, I'm gonna grab skin tone. Do very rough lay-in. Because there's that little scribble I did over Isabel the other day to illustrate kind of her look. My door is being knocked upon. It's just the cheese.
We're going shopping.
What?
You're coming with me shopping later.
Weren't you just shopping yesterday?
Yeah, but now we're going to different places.
Where are we going?
East Motors, Dutch Store, maybe IKEA.
I'm apparently going to be dragged out later. I was going to write for the rest of the day. I guess I don't get to.
You can write later.
I've been trying to write for 3 days.
You have been writing for 3 days.
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten anything written.
Oh, look at this muffin.
But I do need something from IKEA. It's a nugget. Mwah. I was presented with a nugget, but I had to kiss. Let's see. That wasn't a bad land. A little bit of fixing. Definitely gonna have to fix her hair color. And her hairstyle. I don't know how I feel about it. I think her whole design just probably needs to be revamped. I mean, it doesn't help that it's like the world's shittiest sketch. Hair layer. Yep. Well, we tried. We tried to draw something today. I am probably going to take our select tool and make this a little bit smaller. I have to make sure. Whoops. Turn off the headshots. That's a little bit better. It fits a bit better. We'll bring Professor up above Pale Bloom. Move Highwire over a bit. Matter of fact, we may just switch these two completely around. To everybody else. We'll just write their names in for now. I actually really dislike her name, but it's just what I could come up with. Thank you for the hydrate, Def. I was just the Bionicle movie, The Mask of Light. You were the movie? I also don't like Valkyrie's name. No, Death just can't English, that's all. I think he was watching the movie Mask of Light. Cora, go eat! Okay, we're over time. We still have some witches to add to this, so let's start making folders for them before I go. So let's see, we have Siren Song. Blue Machine, who's not here. Nebula Sky. Raven Eyes. And from the headshots that we've already covered, we can turn off Starcatcher. I'm just going to merge these down to one layer each. We can turn off Starcatcher. And we can turn off Valkyrie Spears and Professor Bubbles. We need a folder for Forest King. Welcome back. You have missed nothing much. We sketched out or tried to fix up Professor Bubbles a little bit. She's gonna need a lot of work. For this group, these two need to be redone. Okay, we can get rid of that folder. We can turn off Pale Bloom. Just start naming these. Okay, we can turn off Frost and Bloom. For those two, this one. And these two. So we're going to have to make the file bigger too. Let's just put their heads at the height that they're supposed to be. Actually, I think he's quite a bit taller. Nightlight. Your height's around here. Lightfire's already sitting at his height-ish. So we'll turn these two off. What's behind him there? Ooh. Huh. I had some things drawn on the wrong layer. Just chaos? Yep. Classic. Alright, so for witches we need to add we still need to do Blue Machine, he's really important. What was it? There was also Citrus Sunset. And Lemon Sunrise. The bleb? What's a bleb? You mean the pain? It sucks to be in pain. Nightlight looks wrong. It's just wrong. I have to fix that. I'm gonna have to definitely completely overhaul that one. Alright. We've got... Forest King's gonna be the hardest for me to draw because I've never drawn a person of color before. And certainly not that dark. So I will have to look up some references. And maybe run some things by certain members of our community just to make sure that, like, I don't do anything wrong. Because as a white person, I feel like I shouldn't... Sorry, Cheese just pokes his head in the door. As a white person, I feel like I shouldn't do things without seeking out members of that community first. And asking questions. Cheese, what are you doing?
I'm lurking.
You're larking?
Yeah.
Alright, let's find someone to raid.
Just opened up the oil cap and I'm like, bit of milkiness on the oil cap. I'm like, do I have a head gasket leak? If so, I should just set the car on fire.
Please don't set the car on fire. We have C-Not, Mokomate, and Tube. Tube is playing Deep Rock Galactic today. He's not lurking in chat, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right, Cheese isn't lurking in my chat. Alright, I think we're not gonna raid out because Cheese is clearly getting impatient, and if I raid, then I have to, I generally like to stay back and hang out in the chat a little bit. So I think we're just going to end here for today. So we are staying on the islands today, guys. If you want to head off somewhere else, I'm sure there's some ships to take you to distant lands where you can explore new adventures. But for the meantime today, we're staying on the islands because I've got errands to run. I'm being dragged away, so I've got to get dressed and go. Because he's already putting on his boots. Everybody have a great day. Senko, thanks for coming by. Sysis and Perf, thanks for coming by. It's been a while since you've been here, and I miss you guys. I love you guys. And everybody else, also, I love you, Necromancer. Thank you for the gifted sub today. I think you gifted a sub today, didn't you? Or was that yesterday? I don't know anymore. I'm confused. It's been too long. And to Trixoddly, thank you for joining our community. We also have a Discord if you want to keep up with what's going on. You can find that in the little old bobbly boobles down below if you're still here. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time, whatever it is, Eastern Time. Whatever it happens to be when we switch over and we lose our hour in the spring. Stream will change time. So, I'm not looking forward to that day. But yes, I go. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. Remember that.